What's good, y'all? It's your boy HB with Fun Around and Drive Time. I want to talk about how much LeBron James sucks and how overrated it is. Yeah, I said it. I motherfucking said it. He's overrated. Y'all need to get off this man's dick. He's not what y'all think he is. Hold on, let me spark my cig. Goddamn government won't let me fucking... I can't talk shit right now, so I'm not going to keep saying what I was about to say. But anyways, let me spark this up. LeBron James sucks. Okay? Now, a lot of this is shit talking, all right? I'll admit that. Some of this is shit talking. I know LeBron James is a good basketball player. I know he's one of the best, but he's not the GOAT. Y'all need to get the fuck over this fucking idea that LeBron James is the motherfucking GOAT, because he's just not. He's just not. I'm sorry to break it to y'all. The motherfucker's not the GOAT. You know who the GOAT is? Right here, motherfucker. Right here. Your boy coming in clutch. He always comes in clutch. Always. My boy Kobe. You know, I'm in LA right now. Well, I live here for a little bit. I'm gonna get the fuck out of this fucking crazy ass liberal town. But nonetheless, man, rest in peace to Kobe. Kobe's the GOAT, with the exception of Michael Jordan. I'm sorry, it's the truth. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. I don't give a fuck about statistics, okay, stat pattern and all that shit. I care about championships. I care about rings. How many rings these motherfuckers got on their fingers, all right? And Kobe, he's the fucking dog compared to LeBron, all right? I don't speak on Michael Jordan because I ain't watched Michael Jordan growing up. I know he was great. I know he made Space Jam. I don't know what the fuck LeBron doing with his new movie Space Jam, but y'all can't replicate that shit, bro. I ain't got nothing against it. I ain't like most of these people talking shit about fucking, his movie. I haven't seen it yet, but it's a kid movie. It's a fucking kid movie. Get over it. Like it's not supposed to be Academy Award acting shit. But anyways, I digress. I don't hate on LeBron just to hate on LeBron. I'm just making the fucking point. The guy is not the GOAT. Why? For what? Okay, he won a title last year when there was a fucking coronavirus with no fans in the audience and everything was kind of in disarray. I mean, why? Why is he the GOAT? Why? Why aren't we taking into consideration he's not clutch? Now, he has improved a great amount, right? He's stepped up a great amount. But it shouldn't be that hard for him. He's a fucking 6 foot, almost 7 foot gazelle who can jump out the gym. He's extraordinarily talented. All this shit comes easy to him. But for some reason, he can't find a way to be clutch, man. He can't find a way to win. And the only reason he's even got titles because he had to team up with motherfuckers who carried his ass in the hard times. In the hard times. I want to make that clear. I just think that, when I watch LeBron, I don't see that dog. I don't. I see it in Kobe. I saw it in Jordan. But I see it in Tom Brady. But I don't see it in LeBron. It's just not in his nature. You can't be a fucking nice guy and have that dog in you. Now, don't get me wrong. LeBron is so talented, physically, athletically, that he's going to win. He's going to win. He's going to find a win. He's going to get a title. He's going to get some titles. But he's never going to be on that fucking dog status, bro. That's a personality type thing. I'm not saying you can't develop it. I have no idea whether you can develop it or not, that clutch gene. But, look, say what you want about Skip Bayless. I agree with him. He doesn't have that clutch gene, bro. He doesn't have that dog in him. He's too nice. He's too fucking nice. I put him on the level with, even though Magic Johnson is one of the greatest players of all time, he's right up there with Magic Johnson. He's like on that level. He's great, but he's not like fucking Kobe Jordan great, in my opinion. I'm sorry. You can have all the stats. You can show me all the stats of LeBron James putting up better numbers than Kobe, more MVPs. But at the end of the day, who has more rings? And honestly, Kobe should have more motherfucking rings because the NBA didn't want Chris Paul to join them. They didn't want Chris Paul and Dwight Howard to fucking consolidate in LA and fucking dominate. Well, actually, Dwight Howard came over, but it was just him alone. But they didn't want to give us Chris Paul, which was bullshit. Because look what LeBron's doing. This motherfucker is just, that's all he does. He looks for, he's a hoe. He's an NBA hoe. All he does, when he's done with one girl, he goes on to the next. You know, Dwayne Wade, Ray Allen, you know, fucking Kyrie Irving. Then he'll move on to fucking, what the white dude's name? I forgot the white boy's name he played with in Cleveland. And he moved on to fucking Anthony Davis. I mean, he's the NBA hoe. When he's done with your ass, he looks for a new bae. That's what he does, bro. He doesn't have that fucking dog in him. I'm not saying you don't deserve help. I'm not saying you can't have help throughout your career. But god damn it, man. When are people going to realize, like, yes, LeBron James is good, man. He's a good basketball player. I think he's one of the best. But why are people comparing him to Jordan? Fine. You want to say he's better than Kobe? Fine. Go for it. But Jordan? Come on, man. And I have a hard time with the Kobe argument, too. Kobe was clutch, man. That motherfucker was clutch. And what y'all don't understand, y'all look at LeBron and he's like, oh, he's not. Kobe was selfish. He never passed the ball. LeBron, you know, he passed the motherfucking ball, and he's a good teammate, and people like him. Why does that matter, bro? This is a game. This is a sport. It's competition. You're there to win. That's what matters at the end of the day. You know, with Kobe, you know, actually I can say he was very selfless in a sense, because yes, he kept on firing up shots. You know, a lot of people would be critical of Kobe because, you know, he just kept on winging them, kept on throwing those fucking shots up there, even if he was missing. Dude, you know that takes a lot of fucking courage to do. If anybody, you know, people act like, oh, well, if I could shoot the ball, you know, X amount of times a game, I would make about 30% of them, right? And I'd score about 60 points a game. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Even NBA players wouldn't. Why? Because they don't have the balls. They don't have the courage. They can't get out of their mind. They're so self-conscious of what people will think or how they'll be judged or how their teammates will think about them that they don't take that risk. And that's what makes Kobe great. He didn't give a fuck what you thought. He didn't give a fuck. He wasn't so self-centered and self-conscious. And I know that can be tricky, right? And a psychological, well, I mean, if he's throwing up shots all day and he's not passing the ball, that's selfish in a sense, right? But in another sense, it's not very selfish, because this man knows he worked his ass off, he trained his ass off, he put more time and effort than most of the people on his team. Like, why am I going to rob myself of trying to get better? And even if I let other guys do their thing, they're too scared to do it. They're too fucking scared. You know, because they're scared what the audience may think. They're scared what their teammates may think, or the coaches. You know, not everybody can jack up shots, okay? It takes a certain amount of courage in not being self-centered or self-conscious to do that. And that's what made Kobe so great. You know, no, he wasn't always on point. But the motherfucker never feared anything. He was not scared to take that fucking shot to win the game. He was not scared to win or lose. He was not scared to miss that shot. And that's what makes him a fucking dog. And it seems like stupid minute shit, but not everybody can do that, man. Not everybody has that mentality. And LeBron, I don't see it. I don't see it. You know, yeah, he's won some games, and, you know, on paper, I guess he has more game-winning shots than Kobe. But, man, there's no context to that. There's no context to that. It's like I'm a boxer, right? So if I go to boxing and I knock out fucking 10 bums, I'm 10-0. I got 10 knockouts. but I faced 10, and you know, you look at my record on paper and you say, oh, this motherfucker's, he's the real deal. He knocked out 10 motherfuckers. Well, if it's 10 fucking goobers, you put some context to that, and I just knocked out 10 fucking goobers, what does that mean? That doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean a fuck thing, because I'm not facing real competition. But if you look on paper and say, oh, he knocked out Cotto, he knocked out Mayweather, he knocked out fucking, he knocked out Zab Judah, you know, he knocked out 8, you know, all. Now you have some context. Those are real fucking legit knockouts. And I think it's the same thing with LeBron. Yeah, he's got more game-winning shots than Kobe, but what's the context? What's the fucking context, man? You know, were those legit game-winning shots? What did they mean anything at the time? Were they in like serious clutch situations? Was it just a casual fucking regular season game? You know, was it in the playoffs? Was it for a title? And look, I'll be fair to y'all. I'm a casual when it comes to boxing or NBA. I'm a casual. I'm not even gonna front with y'all. I'm a casual. All right. Y'all want to talk NFL and boxing and MMA? We get deep into that shit. But I won't lie to you. I'm a casual NBA. But from the eye test, just what I know as an athlete, you know, my experience as a Division I football player, you know, I understand how to eye an athlete and to see who's the real deal and who's not. I'm not saying LeBron James ain't the real deal, but we need to stop with this argument that he's the GOAT. He's not the fucking GOAT, okay? I understand. He's a likable dude. He seems cool. He passes the fucking ball. You know, he's very efficient when he plays. But come on, man. I mean, with the gifts he has, he should be doing a lot better, in my opinion. But to each his own, man. To each his own. I think he's great. I don't have a problem with LeBron James. I like the dude. I support him. I think it was big when he won a title for Cleveland. I thought that was big time, man. Much respect, mad respect. And I think he has stepped up in a lot of ways throughout his career. I saw him in the NBA playoffs, you know, step up at times. But I still have yet to see him, like, when all the marbles, or when everything is on the line, like him step up and say, I want the ball in my fucking hands, get the fuck out of my way. When everything's on the line. There's been times where he's pulled his team back in the game. You know, he's worked his way back in the game. He took over and he would front run. Or maybe the game just looked so hopelessly out of reach that, you know, you kind of take over with no expectations. Like, they're going to fucking lose. And he would kind of take over and he would get his team back. But when it's like crunch time, like legit crunch time, and everything's on the fucking line, I see somebody who's a little bit intimidated. I can't figure out why he passes the ball in those situations to where the team is looking to him to win. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, you got Ray Allen in the corner. I dish it to him more times than not, right? But there's been a lot of occasions where I've seen LeBron James give up the ball in clutch situations. And to me, that's timid. That's scary, because that shows me somebody who doesn't want to take responsibility if he doesn't pull it through. And it's just like, that's okay, man. That's okay if you don't hit the game-winning shot. You know, it's not end-all, be-all, but the only way you're going to get to that point to where you're fearless, you know, and you're not scared to take that shot is if you fail. You got to fail. And that's what made Kobe great, because he failed so many times, but he didn't let that scare him. And that's the difference between, say, like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James. Is Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, they weren't afraid to fail, especially Kobe Bryant. Not as physically and athletically gifted as LeBron James, in my opinion. But he just had that attitude, like, I'm not going to be afraid to fail, because I can't progress and learn in how to come clutch in these situations if I'm scared to take that shot. I'm scared what the critics might say. I'm scared that I'll let my team down. And that's what I see in LeBron, man. I don't see somebody who's conquered that fear of failure. And that's what's going to make him great. And he can do it. He has the talent and the ability. It's all in his fucking head. It's all in his fucking head, man. Because the guy clearly has it all. You know, he's scared to drive it to the fucking basket when it's crunch time and take those free throw shots. He's scared. He's fucking scared because he knows he doesn't hit him. But that's all in your head, man. You know, obviously LeBron James has all the tools you can have as a basketball player, and even more. So what's to be afraid of, man? The only thing that this man has left to conquer is his mind. He has to overcome his mind. Because if he ain't willing to do that, you know, he's always going to fall short. Luckily for him, he has such a big fan base and support, and they're blind, and they don't want to acknowledge truth. I'm sorry. The guy's great, but to be considered the GOAT, you got to have that GOAT mentality, that dog mentality, which I don't believe he has. And can he develop it? And is that something you can develop? I don't know. It may just be a personality thing, right? You're just born with a certain type of personality. Unfortunately, to be that great, you kind of have to be a dick. You kind of have to be a fucking asshole. And Michael Jordan was an asshole. Kobe Bryant was an asshole. You know, and LeBron James is that guy everybody wants to hang out at the party. You know, so he doesn't always know how to be that cutthroat motherfucker. He wants everybody to like him. You know, Kobe, there's a video of Kobe, like, when he was younger. He was talking to a classroom, and he was saying, you know, I never got invited out to parties and shit, you know, on Friday nights, on the weekend. So I go to the gym, and I just work on my craft. Like, that tells me so much. That gives me such a huge fucking insight. A huge insight, you know what I'm saying? Because I just saw a badass fucking challenger, I'm sorry. But anyways, that gives you a huge insight. That motherfucker, I don't know what it was about Kobe. You know, maybe he was just annoying, maybe, you know, wasn't likable. But the motherfucker, regardless of whether he was likable or not, he got to a point to where he didn't give a fuck. And he experienced that at an early age from what he was saying. Like, hey, I mean, I didn't get invited out to no fucking party. Nobody fucking wanted to hang out with me. So I just worked on my craft. And it's safe to say that because he experienced that at such an early age, you know, he probably didn't give a fuck as he grew older. Like, well, nobody fucking wants to hang out with me. Fine. I'll just do me. I'll just do me and I'll win. And I'll make people want to fucking hang out with me. I'll make people want to fucking be around me because I'm great. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. You didn't invite me to the party to begin with, so I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you want to hang out with me. Motherfucker, I'm too busy winning NBA titles, you know, to worry about what you think about me. Who are you? Who are y'all motherfuckers? I got shit to do. And LeBron, he's too busy worrying about what everybody thinks about him, bro. He wants to be likable. He wants to put on this image and that he's this nice guy. And I know LeBron's got I know there's some asshole in him. I know he's got a little attitude. You know, you hear him on the barbershop. You know, he's not as nice as he presents himself, but you know, he's conflicted, you know, with being likable or winning. And he's conflicted with his fear of failure. And you can't be great. You can't be the greatest, I should say, if you're afraid of that fear of failure. Because the only way to get better, the only way to overcome, especially in sports, you know, and improve at anything really, is you have to overcome that fear. And you have to be willing to fucking fail. Because that's the only way you learn. And once you eliminate that fear, you become unstoppable. Nothing can stop you. So that's my thing, man. LeBron James is a great basketball player. I think he's one of the top basketball players in the world. But I have no idea why we consider him the greatest basketball player of all time. You want to make your arguments for Kobe, fine, go for it. Which I don't get. I really don't. Kobe probably should have had more championships if, you know, CP3 comes to LA. I mean, that would have complimented him. I mean, think about that. CP3 and Kobe, That's a match made in heaven. You know, CP3, he's pass first. You know, Kobe wants the ball in his hands, and if Kobe can't get it done, you know, he would obviously have enough respect for CP3 to take game-winning shots, or shots to where he needs, or when he's getting double up or covered well, he can dish out to CP3. CP3 can come in the clutch, you know, when he needs to, or CP3 can pick up the slack when Kobe's off. Dude, if CP3 went to LA with Kobe, you know, on the backstretch of Kobe's career, he would have got one or two more, no doubt. No doubt. And, you know, and who knows what the fuck Kobe could have done if Shaq stayed. God damn, him and Shaq, fuck. But, yeah, man. Look, like I said, I like LeBron James. Overall, I root for the guy, but I just don't see it. I don't see that dog. And if you don't got that dog in you, I'm not saying that can't change, but if you don't got it in you, I can't consider you the GOAT. I just can't. You know, you look at Tom Brady on the fucking field. He's a fucking dog, bro. He don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. You see that crazy white boy go on the field. He's fucking yelling at people, banging his helmet. He's over there running towards fucking Tyrann Mathieu, knowing damn well he would get his ass whooped by everybody on that field. But that's the dog in him, bro. That's the fucking dog in him. He's a different type of motherfucker mentally. It don't matter that he's not the biggest, strongest, fastest, quickest guy. He just got that mentality. LeBron don't got that yet, man. He's so physically and athletically gifted. He can get away with a lot of shit. He's gonna win some titles. That's how gifted he is. It's just gonna be, in a sense, not handed to him. I'm not gonna say that. I know the dude works his ass off, but he's so gifted that I mean, it's almost automatic that he's gonna win. But to what extent? But look, the tale still lives on. He still has chances to win more rings, and if he wins more rings than Kobe, then fine. I'll give it to you. Or Jordan, fine, I'll give it to you. But even then, man, yeah, I disagree. But this is just very dependent on how you see it individually. But until another one, man, hey, get in the comment section below. I don't give a fuck. Dislike the video, like it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm not really a heavy NBA. I'm not really heavily involved in paying attention to NBA, with the exception of like the prominent players. I like talking shit. This is all it is. I want to talk shit. So if y'all want to talk shit back, you know, comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you think the GOAT is. I just have my top three. You know, the triangle: Kobe, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James. Make that argument. But subscribe, man. If you want to hear me talk more shit, subscribe. I'm an up-and-coming boxer, ex-Division I football player, trying to build some shit up. I just like talking sports. I like talking shit, so get at me, y'all.